Hey team, how's it going? Andres here from Lido. Today I'm going to show you why and how real estate firms are using Lido for rent roll data extraction. So we know that rent rolls in commercial real estate and residential real estate are packed with valuable data, right? But unfortunately, they are a nightmare to extract. And this can be for a variety of reasons, right? One of which being very common across our clients is that each row in the rent roll, this is an example rent roll that I put together, but each row in a rent roll, or call it each row in the PDF, contains data across multiple lease periods, with multiple recovery clauses, multiple renewal options, right? All jammed into a single cell or a single row. And the issue with that, historically, with other OCR tools out there and data extraction solutions, is that they treat these PDF rows as just one row, right? Instead of outputting one individual spreadsheet output row, for example, for each individual lease period, right? And that's not what we want, right? We do not want to treat this as just one row, even though it's merged together, which would result in just one row outputted when in fact there's data across multiple lease periods, etc. Similarly, LLMs, they do okay when you give it small amounts of data, but when you give it a full rent roll, they start breaking or hallucinating and giving you false data. In comes Lido, right? So with Lido, what I'm going to do is I set up these data fields that I want to extract: suite number, tenant name, area, square footage, period begin date, period expiration date, annual base rent per square footage, primary option, and annual increases percentage. These column headers, the data fields you want to extract, are also seen in the tool when you open it up, and they serve as core instructions sent to the tool telling it, hey, I care about these data fields. Go and grab them and populate them, right, in this order. And they do not need to be mapped out or written out exactly as they are in the rent rolls. So you have flexibility there because the tool is so smart, it can reason very well to find the right data regardless of how you write out the labels here. In addition, you have this extra instruction section where you as a user have the ability to give the tool in natural human language more instructions and giving it guidance on how exactly an extraction should take place, right? As if you were talking to a colleague and to give them some guidance and make sure that they do this data extraction properly, right? Let's go over some of the instructions I have here. So I'm saying primary or option. So for this data field here, I'll put primary for the initial lease term, and I'll put option for every extension option period. Extension / option period. For annual increases, we don't need these quotes, so I'll take them off. For annual increases, we want to calculate the annual base rent percentage increase between the preceding lease period and the current spreadsheet output rows lease period. So for example, the percentage increase from here to here, and from here to here, what's the percentage increase, right? And then I say, this is really important, create a new row whenever either of these changes takes place. Either annual base rent per square foot changes or a new option period begins, right? Even if the PSF remains unchanged, right? Because again, what we want to do here is we want to complete this rent roll data extraction by lease period. We do not want to treat this as just one row. We want to make sure we output one spreadsheet output row for each lease period, okay? Which is where other tools have failed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drag this example file and press extract. Boom, done. So let's do a quick check here. For this first rent row or PDF row with this tenant or for this tenant, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And then let's check the annual base rent per square foot. Should be 22, then 23.5. Boom, boom. Then 25. Boom. And then TBD. Boom. And let's check the period begin dates and period expiration dates. These are these look all correct. Boom, boom, boom. And maybe we want to say something like output dates in MMYY format. All right. So we want to change this formatting. I'll delete the extracted data. I'll press reset here for this PDF. I'll press extract. There we go. We changed the formatting, the format of the date outputs, right? And you can always just format the dates like you would in Excel as well. And awesome. There you go.